Real Madrid made over $1 billion last year. Not from winning trophies, not from selling players, from running a football club. And here's the wild part. They're not even the most profitable club in the world. So how does kicking a ball around a field turn into a $1 billion business? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never watch a football match the same way again. Matchday revenue. Let's start with the obvious one. Fans buy tickets. Simple, right? In theory, yes. In practice, it's one of the smallest pieces of the puzzle. Manchester United charges up to £97 for a single match ticket at Old Trafford. Multiply that by 74,000 seats, fill the stadium 19 home league games a season, and then add cup games, hospitality boxes, VIP packages, and stadium tours, and suddenly you're looking at around $100 million a year just from people showing up. But here's the catch. Only 20 clubs in the world actually have stadiums big enough and full enough to make that kind of money from match day alone. For everyone else, this is a nice bonus, not a foundation. Broadcasting deals. Now we're talking. Every time a Premier League match appears on your TV, or your laptop, or your phone at 2 a.m., someone is paying for it. Sky Sports, NBC, Amazon Prime, beIN Sports, these companies pay billions just for the right to show football to their subscribers. The Premier League's current TV deal is worth roughly £10 billion over 3 years. That money gets split among all 20 clubs. Even the team that finishes 20th and gets relegated still walks away with over $100 million just from TV rights. Here's where it gets interesting. The clubs don't have to do anything to earn this. No extra matches, no special campaigns. The money just arrives because millions of people around the world want to watch. That's not a sports business. That's a media empire wearing shin guards. Commercial revenue. This is where the big clubs absolutely explode. Sponsors, kit deals, shirt partnerships, stadium naming rights, official airline partners, official beer partners, official mattress partners. Yes, that's a real thing. Real Madrid's shirt deal with Adidas is reportedly worth 120 million euros a year. Manchester City's partnership with Etihad Airways runs well into the hundreds of millions over its lifetime. Chelsea, Arsenal, Barcelona, they all have layers of commercial agreements stacked on top of each other. And the beautiful thing about this revenue, it scales with global brand power, not with on-pitch performance. You know the type. A club that finishes mid-table every season, but still sells 10 million replica shirts worldwide because they have 200 million followers on Instagram. The commercial machine doesn't stop running just because the team loses. Player trading. Some clubs have turned player sales into an actual business model. Ajax, Benfica, RB Leipzig, these aren't clubs that spend £200 million on a striker. They find talented players early, develop them, and sell them to richer clubs for enormous profit. Ajax bought Frankie de Jong for roughly €1 million, sold him to Barcelona for €75 million. That's not luck. That's a repeatable system. This sounds simple. It isn't. It requires world-class scouting, excellent coaching infrastructure, a club culture that attracts young talent, and honestly, quite a bit of luck with player development. But when it works, it's one of the most efficient revenue streams in football. Champions League money. Qualifying for the Champions League isn't just about glory, it's about survival. UEFA pays clubs just for participating. Then they pay more for winning group stage games. Then more for progressing to the knockout rounds. A club that makes it to the final can earn over €100 million from UEFA prize money alone before a single ticket is sold. And the ripple effect is massive. Sponsors pay more, shirt sales go up, the best players want to sign because Champions League football looks good on their career highlight reel. Miss out on the Champions League? Some clubs genuinely face financial crisis within 2 seasons. That's how load-bearing that tournament is. This one is growing faster than anyone expected. YouTube channels, club apps, OTT streaming platforms where clubs sell behind-the-scenes content directly to fans. Amazon-style docuseries, social media partnerships. Manchester City has a dedicated content studio. Barcelona recently launched its own streaming platform. Clubs are realizing they don't just own a football team, they own an audience. And audiences in 2026 are worth money. This is still a relatively small slice of the pie, but it's the slice that's getting bigger every year. 10 years from now, it might be the conversation we lead with. The real secret? Here's the thing nobody tells you. The clubs that make the most money aren't necessarily the best teams. They're the best businesses. They have multiple revenue streams working at the same time. Matchday, broadcasting, commercial, player sales, European football, and digital. So that if one stream dries up, 5 others keep flowing. And the gap between the top clubs and the rest? It's not about talent. It's about compounding advantages. More money means better players. Better players mean more trophies. More trophies mean more global fans. More global fans mean bigger commercial deals. Bigger commercial deals mean more money. Rinse, repeat, forever. So we started with Real Madrid making $1 billion just from running a football club. Now you know exactly how. Matchday gets fans in the seats. Broadcasting deals turn eyeballs into cash. Commercial partnerships turn global brand power into contracts. Player trading builds sustainable pipelines. European football unlocks an entirely different level of income. And digital content is the next frontier nobody's fully figured out yet. The game on the pitch is 90 minutes. The business around it runs 365 days a year. The best clubs in the world understood this decades ago. The ones catching up are finally figuring it out now. So here's a question worth sitting with. Is there a ceiling to how much a football club can earn? Or are we still in the early chapters of this story? If this breakdown changed how you think about football, subscribe. Every week we pull apart the biggest ideas in the game. Tactics, transfers, and everything happening off the pitch. Hit subscribe and we'll see you in the next one.